Yes, sir. Now, in about 90 minutes, the president's going to make the announcement that we will recognise Jerusalem as the capital of Israel and move our embassy there. Joining us now is Janice Atkinson, a member of the European Parliament. Janice, what's the reaction in Europe? So far, I've seen a hostile reaction to this.
Yeah, but everything that President Trump does, they're hostile. I'm a Brexit MEP. You know, I'm great we're leaving this sclerotic union. So everything he does, you know, and what he's doing and what they absolutely hate is he's fulfilling his election promises. For 20 years, every successive president has kicked this into the long grass. You know, he's hit the ground running and he's delivering, whether it's tax, whether it's Jerusalem. I only wish my own Prime Minister had the courage to do it as well and move our embassy.
They just don't like him. Not just the policies, it's him. They don't like this brash American who talks big. They don't like him, do they?
No, because they've had a cosy consensus for the past 20 or 30 years. You know, Obama is no different to Merkel, is no different to Cameron or Sarkozy. And they had this cosy elite consensus. And all of a sudden, you know, first of all, we had Brexit. That actually sent the shockwaves. And President Trump was a full eruption in Europe. And I'm sitting in the Senate this week talking to people, congressmen, and the message is, well, what are you going to do with your tax cuts? You know, tax cuts in the European Parliament are anathema. You know, they've got to have it for their pet projects, green taxes and the transgender nonsense that we have to put up with. It's really refreshing being here in Washington talking to the Republicans and having President Trump, who's the ultimate populist, because apparently that's what I am.
Where you been all these years? We've only just discovered you, Janice. Where you been?
Well, I can be a regular, believe me. You think you've got Nigel Farage, he's Mr. Brexit, I'm Mrs. Brexit.
OK. Now, serious one for you. Now, the Brits have just uncovered this plot to assassinate Theresa May. At the same time, they're being told, yeah, get tougher on terrorism. I take it that the terror threat is still very much alive and living in England at the moment.
Well, the numbers are in England, in the UK, over the past few months, and just in the summer, we had 37 deaths. 23 of those were at the Ariana Grande concert in Manchester, where they blew up mothers and their children, mainly girls, watching a concert. The threat level is very, very high, and I hope that now that Mrs May has had a personal threat to her, she might take it seriously. You know, the EU's own reports say that 50,000 jihadis have sneaked in through this migrant crisis that we've got. We've had 500 jihadis return from Syria and Iraq. So what do we do about it?
Yeah, what are you going to do? I mean, are you bringing them back and you're going to give them resettlement allowances?
Back. Yeah, we're giving them houses. We don't even house our armed forces personnel that have fought for us, but we give the jihadis a house because if we give the jihadis a house, then they will convert away from radical Islam. It's ridiculous. So the 500 that we've allowed, well, that we know of that have actually sneaked back in, waving their passports, we rescind their passports. So when they're fighting in Syria and Iraq, they have chosen their citizenship. Yeah. They then become stateless or they become citizens of ISIS, wherever that is. And we've also got a lot of people in my country that have got dual nationality, and they are known radical Islamists as well. So we just strip them of their citizenship and we send them back to Pakistan or the Middle East or wherever they come from. We've got to get tough. You know, this is a war that we're losing because of open borders in the EU and the open borders in my own country, where we have cut back on border force staff, we've cut back on police, and we cut back on our armed forces as well.
Astonishing. Mrs. Brexit, Janice Atkinson, don't be such a stranger. You come back here soon, OK?
I will.
Thank you very much. Good stuff. Thank you.